Hi guys, FrostFangs here, back with the Paladins video, of course, on the new patch. We're playing reworked Jenos today. They did tweak them a tiny bit from the PTS, but that was just with binary star going down a tiny bit and the Q damage. But the main thing, the way that he's been reworked with the right click and the cards around it, is the same. They put him into his base kit at level 2.5, and they're still really strong cards. So Retrograde and Astral Cycle, which used to be cooldown reduction and then duration increase, are now shield and movement speed, which is arguably better considering that they're in his base kit now at like half of the strength. The self-heal one I'm not really sure why they didn't also do something similar with, but this is I think still a mainstay in Jenos. I see some people not run it, but it is really, really good. But now Jenos is getting very close to the level of crazy mark he was having before, because he used to give a damage buff with it, which was ridiculous, but now you give heal burst, a shield, speed, and constant healing. Alright, so for game on, shout out to our Roman. We've got a Furia, Sky, and a Zon. Siege, Fogal versus Term, Kinessa, Furia, Eevee, and Amani. And like I said in the last video as well, stay tuned to the channel because I have a bunch of videos coming, of course, on all the other new stuff too. There's a new Furia skin. So yeah, we're going to run Luminary and then not the full heal setup because I think I'm going to need the range here given the map. We're also running the Jenos skin I always go for. I love this one to bits. Probably my all-time favorite weapon, or very close to it. I don't remember all of them on top of my head, but we've got Binary Void, Debilitate, Exterminate, Persistence, that's just speed buff early. Then Undying, Steady Aim, Spinning Ice, or right click there. Again, I need to pay a little bit of attention here. We'll grip the, Term, sure, and Cherish, Snow Globe. Sure, I'm just going to try and spam everything, because even though our cooldowns are a little bit longer, the duration's a little bit lower, we're giving speed instead. So it's not really necessarily just a insane buff to Jenos, but it is, going to feel like, I think, in a lot of scenarios, and is more of a shift, I think, if you're actually going to describe it. Obviously, I'm simplifying it a little bit. There's a right click to the zone just about dipping in range. I think the range is going to be quite useful on this one, but I think I did a decent job at least explaining sort of what I mean. The fact that you're giving a movement speed buff. The shield is also kind of useful, but 20% speed is one hell of a thing to be, given somebody for very, very little effort, even though the field is a little bit different because you're not marking, I think, 3 people most of the time. You still can, as you saw there, but he's definitely a little bit less dependent than he was on builds before, but still very much so because that lifesteal card is ridiculous, or self-heal, not lifesteal. Don't know why I always forget Tim can just F out of my grip, but yeah, they made him just as dependent sort of as he was on the cards as before, just in a different way, and they sort of made him a bit more consistent, I guess. It's really hard for me to summarize what I mean, but we'll get armor plating, more Chronos. We're just going to spam the kit here. I feel very, very strong on Jenos. Definitely super interested to see though how this plays out over like the next update or two and where Jenos ends up sort of settling, but just going to keep spamming the heals. I'm not going to focus too much on the Fury because she's kind of playing safe and I want to try and keep these guys full. Do I go for an ultimate? Yeah, sure. Double tap? Nice. I used that a little bit late because the Kinessa was ulting. I could have probably saved somebody, but nobody even died, so I guess it's fine. Don't know if I just got a good Jenos ult there for once, but I think that's going to be the 2-0. It's just so weird seeing people get a shield when I right-click them, and like self-heal still being there, whilst also speed buffing them. It's really, really odd to see Jenos buff do more things, whilst still feeling kind of close to how it always did, just like you've got one less level of Chronos or something, but yeah, in we go. Teams putting in work here. I'm always worried that when there's a Jenos in the game, I'm going to get ulted, but I'm the Jenos this time. I probably should have saved it and done the cheese thing that everyone does. Right click there for the Azon, keep it going. I'm really just trying to stay out of the way, maybe absorb a little bit if I can and be a bit of a distraction, which is why we run the self-heal, by the way. I see not enough people take advantage of the fact that you do self-heal quite a bit, and yeah, if you go for like the Haven sort of just general Jenos stuff, you're actually pretty tanky as well. We'll push up a little bit here with the Team Leaf Fury on the point this time around. I did it last time, and then we'll just, be kind of annoying. That's an Amani ultimate, but when I actually think about it, I guess I managed to get rid of her. The fact that there's so many more speed buffs in this patch has been kind of crazy, because I've just noticed characters sort of zooming around. Moji can speed buff now, a few other characters, as in like the past couple of updates, have more options for movement and speeding around. I obviously kind of like, I've talked about that a ton in other videos, sort of Paladins is more of a movement sort of shooter than a hero consistent shooter where everyone's just doing the same sort of team fights over and over again. I think it adds a lot more chaos to it and makes it a lot more fun, but I can also totally see if you disagree with that. Grip for the Omen, I'm really not too worried about the Kinessa mines because with like self-healing for more than they deal quite easily, I'm just going to sit here a little bit, not really sure where I want to place myself. Eevee's just firing into me, but the self-heal kind of kept me alive. I'm dead. One more shot there should have been out. I got enough to finish off Cronus though, so it's fine. The duration definitely isn't short. By the time I was spawning in, the Omen was still getting tiny little residual heals and also a speed buff now, obviously. Just the main point of what I'm trying to say. He's still super build dependent. Probably want to run the same sort of cards, just in a different sort of way than before. What I'm trying to say is, even though I think I understand what they were trying to do with the change, I'm not sure if they've achieved it or if I actually do understand it or not. A little bit like some of the Moji changes, I'm left a little bit confused. Very, very strong feeling here, although definitely different than before. The Eevee is ulting. I'm just going to hold the left click down. There we go. That's an Amani ultimate. I don't think we're going to be able to live this one. I'm pretty sure that's just going to be the end of it. I don't think there's any point in me firing into it. Don't know what we could really do there other than just run. Finally cleared, I think. Yeah, there we go. Just constantly marking the two of them. There goes the Eevee. There's a grip for the Term. I don't know why Azon was playing so aggressively there, but yeah, Sky's just flying around, speed buffing and stuff. That's a Kinessa ult. I'm a little bit too out in the open here, but item-wise, I'm not really sure what to go for on him. Probably just save up and finish armor plating, but Nimble could be quite useful. Bloodbath 2, Arcane, Warding. I don't know how much damage you're taking really from abilities, so it's probably just finish off armor plating, then Bloodbath and Nimble. Don't know if I really need the speed either if I'm just using the F well, but into round 3, turn playing very, very aggressively. A little bit of a rhyme for you there. We'll mark the Omen. He's still up. The shield is definitely going to be useful for those scenarios where people are really, really low and you're just about keeping them up because you're giving them a tiny shield. I thought my Paladins was going to crash there. Definitely feels like, I don't know what's happening with the frame rate, but we're still in it. As I'm going for the ultimate, the range has been super, super useful. I'm really glad I went for this version of the setup. It's been massive, even though we've been shielding for less. That's really the only difference. I'm trying to grip the Eevee, which is just a little bit out of range. Let's try and get healed to the Azan over there. Just about got him there. Yep, right click for the Eevee. I'm going to go for an ultimate kind of here. That was a terrible ult, but maybe we can hold him off anyway. I thought I was going to clip at least one of them, but I need to stop grabbing the turn the second he uses his F before he slams, because I'm just giving him more movement. That's an Eevee ult. She's ulted a ton in this one as a grip for the Amani. I'm dead, I think. Took a ton of damage there. The Kinessa ulted, got rid of like 3 of them. It's just the Azan and the Sky. I don't know what's going on in some of these fights. It's so jank, but I died because I was in a really bad spot and I used the grip on the term the same way I did a bunch of other times. Then kind of screwed myself over. 3-2. Don't know if I played the best I possibly could have in this one, but I feel like I've done my job on Jenos. And even though the heal is less tick and more sort of bursty than it is before, I feel like I've healed a little bit less than maybe I usually would. Am I dead hit to this Eevee? It's going to fire into her, see if we can get rid of her here. I feel like I was dealing damage when she was in the ice block, but I was just clearing the shield or something. I don't know what happened there. Don't really know why she dedeployed it there, but Tem's just going to F out of the grip. There's some more shots on him. He's throwing him off there. The Omen, sure, Azan just going kind of ham. Speed buff down there for the Sky. Don't know if what I said earlier made any sort of sense. I feel like I'm still healing for a crazy amount. It's just a more front-loaded, and I feel like I have a little bit more burst at the start of it. It still ticks for a ton. Obviously, the duration is a little bit lower, the cooldown's a little bit longer, and then we just have utility instead, so it's a little bit different. It's going to hold left click. Don't know if the way we're playing here makes any sort of sense. I'm trying to get one more heal to the Azan. He's actually still up somehow. I don't know how he didn't die. He was on like 2 health. Okay, Eevee's out. Let's get a heal to the Furia. Sort of difficult to keep 3 people marked at once, so you're getting a little bit less value from the talent. I don't know if this will still be the default. Maybe people play binary star and not run this, but the extra healing is still kind of nice. I imagine if you've got like a healer here with Furia, you know, probably don't need it. Probably better off going for like a damage hybrid sort of thing instead. And if you're a Southern healer, you're probably still going to go for it because you need as much as you can get. That might be wrong. I don't know. I just feel like the talent isn't that crazy now that I'm only getting it on like 2 people instead of 3 at a time. Still keeping people up though. Kind of worked there to save that Omen as a grip for the Amani, because I just shoot her. But there we go. We got it. 3-2. Omen is putting in mad work here for sure. Overall, I think the team is working really, really well. I don't know if Debilitate with Sky was the play. I feel like even more healing and speed buff stuff would have been more useful, but yeah, I don't know. Just to kind of avoid the term and stuff, because he hasn't actually been that bad, even though he's moving around a lot. Not really been too much pressure on me here on Jenos. I'm just sitting far back healing and stuff. I might have been better maybe going for binary, but honestly, I'm not sure. It has helped. I just feel like compared to before, it isn't as much value, so maybe it's not the play. I could go for an early ult play, but I never get it with Jenos. Do we go for it? Yeah, sure. I actually got a Furia. I don't know if I've done that in a video in like a year or 2. Hey, we actually got one. I don't know if I hit anybody else. I don't think so. Furia going for the ult. Heal there on the Omen, trying to keep him up because he's definitely the star damage here. This guy's also putting in work though. Azan going in. There's a heal for him. Grip there for the turn, just to be kind of annoying. He's got a ton of resilience. I shouldn't even bother. Heal for the Furia. She's chilling. Push up a little bit. Yeah, finish off the Kinessa maybe. Nearly heal on the Omen again, trying to keep them as much marked as I can. So an Omen ultimate. Okay, terms down. There's another heal on the Azan. I don't know if I'm playing this right at all, but I'm just trying to keep people who are low marked, and I'm not really paying too much attention to the back. Sky at the back, I think, is also probably fine. Sort of the play here. Azan's gone, but he pulled the dragon way back. Sky stepped off it there, throwing an ultimate, I think. Did that buy any time at all? Kinessa's ulting. I guess it was enough. There's the victory. I was locked in, kind of, again, in that one, just like with the emoji video, and it worked. Yeah, I just don't know what to say. Jenos healer still works and feels really strong, just different than before. It's kind of hard for me to say if it's going to be better or worse in most scenarios, but I would say there are definitely quite a few that I can think of, like that match there, where I think it was better than having a little bit more duration or a little bit more cooldown. Just having 20% speed on everybody, or 2 or 3 people, was really, really good. 123k, we still healed for a ton. So yeah, I'm super happy with it. Does it need to be changed or tweaked a little bit more? I'll leave it up to you guys. I'm not really sure, but Omen shredded. The Azan did work there too. Sky did alright, but definitely could have done a little bit better there. I'm not sure if Debilitate and what she was trying to do was the play. Furia did work though. Didn't really have any damage there, but that wasn't really the focus. Of course, on their side, Amai did alright. Eevee did alright. She was kind of annoying, but surprisingly didn't end up with that crazy of a stat. She was dive bombing a lot and using the snow globe quite well, but no one was really following up with her. Term had a bit of a hard time. Kinessa started the show, I suppose, but it wasn't that crazy. And Furia also put in work, but I really wasn't pressured very much in that one. Sort of a free game for Jenos. Of course, I was going to do a game 2, but I think I'm going to leave it here. That match was a really good showcase, but it wasn't ideal, it wasn't terrible, it was a little bit above average, I think. Speed buff, kind of crazy. These 2 cards are still the same and still really strong, but yeah, that wasn't even the optimal version of it that really showed off the shielding. You could go even more into it if you wanted to, but I really like the self-heal on him. Makes me be able to play a little bit differently than I would without it. If it was like level 3, just a me thing, but you could definitely get away without this card. It's just so strong for me. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you staying all the way till the end. Leave a like if you've enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see me do next and your thoughts on Jenos down in the comments. I'll see you guys all really, really soon. And as always, stay frosty.